Pokemon, as we all know, belong to various types, some of which exist since Gen 1 like Electric, Water, Grass, Psychic, and so on, and some were introduced as late as Gen 6 like the Fairy type. One of the most iconic and memorable of these types is the Fire type, a type that includes some of the most memorable Pokemon of all time and is very memorable itself. But of all the Gen 1 Fire types, which are truly fire, and which were merely an ash in the storm of eternity? Let's find out. Our tier list is going to be made into 4 distinct tiers, based on how easy they are to get in their home region, the quality of their matchups, their general usefulness, and factoring any opportunity cost there might be to using them. Those tiers are, from best to worst. 1. Goateds. For Pokemon that will carry a great chunk of your run and are not super hard to get. In general, those Pokemon will have outstanding values compared to the effort you have to invest to get them and are therefore worth getting 100% of the time. 2. Solid. Not as good as the goated ones, but totally worth the while. Those Pokemon will perform most of the time, be decently fun to use, and in general not make your brain hurt trying to use them at all. 3. Not exactly good, but you can sort of make them work if you actually want to. Those Pokemon will be clunky to use or incredibly hard to get while being just average. They will, however, still have just enough redeeming qualities not to be thrown in the dumpster bin. 4. Trash. Those Pokemon will be incredibly useless or may not be worth the effort of making them work. Don't use those Pokemon. We will also rank entire evolution lines, as opposed to ranking each stage separately, because that makes more sense from a player's perspective and will not rank legendaries and mythicals. First of all, we have the Charizard line. Charizard is one of the most iconic Pokemon of all time, but being a starter Pokemon, it inherently gets a harsher judgment than everything else since it has the inherent opportunity cost of not letting us use the other starters, which in this case happen to be pretty good Pokemon. As for Charizard itself, it is very clunky to use in Kanto. It gets no fire moves at all except for the early game Ember and then the level 46 Flamethrower. Charizard also suffers bad matchups to Brock, Misty, and arguably the Elite Four, where it does not do anything in particular. It also does not have any redeeming matchups outside of Sabrina, where it's decent with Slash, and Blaine, where Slash and Dig can be used to hit the fellow fire types and his team. We will put Zard in the tier, as it at least gets decent stats and access to Gen 1 Slash, which is very useful and can be made to work. Also, it helped us a lot in the Gen 1 no stab run, so it gets a pass for that. Next up is the Vulpix line. Vulpix is not available in Pokemon Red, but it is in Blue, where you can get one in Route 7, 8, or in the Pokemon Mansion, and in Yellow, where you can buy one in Celadon for 1,000 Game Corner coins. Ninetales has passable stats and can be obtained immediately thanks to Firestone, but as for most stone evolutions, its learn set after evolution is abysmal, which makes even a Pokemon Yellow player wait until level 35 to get one so that it has the move Flamethrower. For all these reasons, Ninetales does not get a single memorable matchup in all of Kanto, outside of possibly Koga's low special squad, and fails to provide anything interesting otherwise. We consider placing it in the trash tier, but we're still going to be generous and put it in the as you could kinda use it if you're a diehard Ninetales fan, or a Naruto fan I suppose. The joke is that Ninetales is the QB monster from Naruto. Naruto fans will get it. Marking up next is Growlithe. Growlithe is Pokemon Red's counterpart to Vulpix, with similar availability and stone evolution mechanics. Arcanine has higher physical attack, which is useful for spamming normal moves, but has lower speed and only learns Flamethrower as Growlithe at a level as high as freaking 50. Now, I cannot even fathom why they chose to do that. Gen 1 Fire type is already not super good, and then you do something like this? Arcanine's physical attack is also only exploitable by having it learn valuable TMs like Body Slam, as it only gets bites and takedown naturally. That's definitely a trash tier Pokemon. Next up is Ponyta. Ponyta is available only as late as Pokemon Mansion, except for Pokemon Yellow, where it can be found at Route 17. Rapidash can be seen as an improved Arcanine in terms of stats thanks to its 105 base speed, but it only evolves at 40 and gets no fire moves naturally outside of Ember and Fire Spin. This is like incredibly BS. All the guy can do is try to cheese everything with Fire Spin or Stomp, and it is a fire type in Gen 1 on top of that? Yeah, trash. Next, we have Flareon. Flareon can be obtained as early as Celadon City by using a Fire Stone on Eevee, but like starter Pokemon, having a Flareon means you don't get to have either a Vaporeon or a Jolteon. We have had an entire video talking about the evolutions and how good they were each, so we will not go into great detail here, but Flareon has a very weird stat distribution with great attack and no moves to use it, but low special and speed, which hurts it very badly. Jolteon also happens to be the best non-legendary electric type in the game and an excellent Pokemon in general, which further puts Flareon down as an extremely bad Pokemon. Therefore, we can only put this fluffy boy in the trash tier. And last but not least, we have Magmar. If you're starting to think that Gen 1 fire types suffer from the same problem, well, congratulations, you're getting the point. Magmar, the Pokemon Blue version exclusive, is also available late. Also, gets no fire moves until level 43, save for Ember. Also, has no interesting matchups that make you actually want to use it in your team. And what would you know? It is also a trash Pokemon in our tier list. Now, we really wish Game Boy era Magmar was as good as TCG Game Boy era Magmar, which does in fact shred, but alas, you can't have them all. We definitely wish the fire type was better in general, as it would eventually become, but the early gym types, the lack of good learn sets, and the general power level makes all Gen 1 fire types very forgettable outside of possibly Charizard, which is not even that good to begin with. So, which Gen 1 fire type is your favorite? Do you disagree with one of our placements? Please tell us in the comment section below, and check out these other awesome ranked videos.